Hello and welcome to a look at Pharaohs Curse for the Commodore 64, a game that was released by Synapse Software. The plot behind this game is a bit extensive. It would likely have been a 20-minute video instead of an 8.5-minute video if I was going to go through it all. So I'm just going to give you the short version, which I have allowed myself to embellish a bit just to make it a bit more humorous. If I can do such a thing, can I? I don't know. We'll find out. If you're not laughing, I failed. Regardless, this pyramid thing has been standing for untold centuries, and the pharaoh that was buried inside the pyramid had accumulated quite a few treasures in his lifetime, and the knowledge of that treasure being present has been luring many adventurers before you into the pyramid, where they have become part of the scenery. I was about to say part of the furniture as corpses. But you, being you, a character that feels a bit like a mix between the character from Pitfall and Indiana Jones, have decided that you are more brave or more stupid than the average adventurer, so you enter the pyramid, attempting to steal the 16 treasures while avoiding death traps and the pharaoh himself and his guardian mummy, because they are not as dead as you would perhaps like them to be. The game is divided into individual screens, which has either traps, treasures, or a potential key that you can go and pick up. And the keys are used to unlock doors. You can see on this particular screen, the bottom left side, the red bars, that will be opened by possessing a key. If you pick up a key and you get yourself killed, you will lose the key. And one of the other individuals running around, I was about to say flying around on the map, the one that's just grabbed hold of us now, haha, the winged Avenger thing. If that picks you up, or you die, as I was saying, you will lose the key and will have to go back and get the key in order to open the door. That winged Avenger thing will not actually cause any harm, but it will drag you, if it catches you, to some random screen. It's sometimes actually quite beneficial for you, and most of the time, not so much. So the objective is to gather all 16 treasures while staying alive, and then you will be given an option to enter a password that will be granted, so you can play the game again on a higher difficulty level. And there's a total of 3 levels that can be accessed that way. And normally in these videos I try to beat at least one level, but I have to admit I was a bit pressed for time and decided just to leave it as it is represented in this particular video. Bear in mind, of course, this is a game from 1983, so the technical aspects are going to reflect such, and they most certainly do. Graphics-wise, the graphics are representing what they need to represent, which is you running around in a pyramid, and while it is a bit on the basic side, and the main character and the 2 main enemies are not particularly advanced looking, it all works fairly well. The music is thematically appropriate, but it is a bit screechy. And while I wouldn't necessarily say that I dislike it, I would definitely say that it is not necessarily music I would listen to for any extended periods of time, because, yeah, the screechiness of it. The sound effects are somewhere between awful and hilarious, and I couldn't help but giggle at times while I was playing this game, listening to the sound effects. I mean, my favorite sound effect has to be climbing ladders. It sounds so incredibly excessive, and yeah, it made me laugh. Maybe I'm a simpleton, but what can you do? Despite the fact that this game is, as I said, from 1983, it actually contains quite a few variations of sound effects, which is not necessarily something that was common around that time. So it's worth appreciating. The controls-wise, they are just about what you expect them to be. Left to move left and right to move right, and down to climb down stuff if such is an option, and up to climb up stuff. Up is also used to jump, but you have to be moving while you are trying to jump. And even though calling it a jump is about as generous as calling a Fiat a Ferrari, the jump serves its purpose. It gets you jumping over traps, and it has a fairly decent distance, so you can actually jump from ledge to ledge, even though it may not appear to be the case. You can shoot left or right, and you need to be moving left or right, or holding down the fire button and move left or right in order to shoot in that direction. And the controls are actually fairly responsive, and they feel natural when you're playing this particular game. The foundational gameplay loop of this particular title is relatively simple. Navigate screens, avoid enemies and traps, and find the way to get to the stuff you're trying to pick up. And once that is done, you will be sent back to the main screen and be given a password that you can enter to try at a more challenging level. But of course, again referring back to the fact that this is a game from 1983, these kind of games wouldn't have been seen a million times before, so it would have been a breath of fresh air. What I've gotten out of playing this game is that I'm capable of making a video that emphasizes what I've been saying in various different videos before about gameplay. I like good graphics, no doubt about that. I absolutely love good sound. It is not a requirement, but it is an important measuring stick for me. Controls in games like these need to be spot on, so that's a given. But I would rather have enjoyable gameplay over fancy graphics any day. And this game definitely emphasizes that, because the graphics are a bit meh, the sounds are a bit bleh, and the instructions have more lines than the game code itself. But you know what? Playing this title, I was finding myself laughing instead of being frustrated when the game throws you a curveball. And ultimately, that is the very reason we play computer games, isn't it? To have a bit of fun. So on that note, thanks for watching, take care, see you next time, bye bye for now.